Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Lucy. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back, girl. So today's video is gonna be me showing you how to do your own knotless jumbo braids. I did these all by myself. I absolutely love how they came out. So before I show you guys how I actually did the braids, I just wanted to give you a few tips on how you may be able to do them better yourself. So these are some things that I knew before and some things that I learned as I did them along the way. So first things first, you want to use pre-stretched hair. That's like the most time saving, it just makes your life so much easier. Started off with these here. I did the Expressions braid, where you cut this in half and you have to kind of shred the ends. You have to shred the end. Like, this was the hardest part for me because I'm not really so good at the shredding part. So the ones in the back, I started off with 3 packs of these only because I could not find this color. The only thing that they had, I went looking for the pre-stretch, but they only had this. So, and I really wanted this color, y'all. Like, this color is bomb, like, don't y'all think? So anyway, the store that I went to only had this hair, so I just grabbed it. I was like, hey, it can't be that hard. But yeah, that was the hardest part for me. So I started off with 3 packs of these and it was not enough. So if you were to do this hair, expression hair, you probably need probably like 4 to 5 packs of these. I thought I could have got away with 3, but my head is big. Maybe it'll be different for you, but my head is big and my hair is thick. You will see in the video my hair is super thick, so 3 was not enough. So I probably would have done like either 4 or 4.5, 5, not more than 5. But with the pre-stretched hair, it comes, I don't have it anymore because I already used it. I just got 1 pack of those. So I did 3 of these in the back, and I finished like a section in the front needed to braid. So I did the front braid with that. It was a 3-pack Ghana pre-stretched hair, and that was actually a lot of hair. So you can probably get away with 3 packs of the pre-stretched hair for your whole head. So I did that, and that was a lifesaver. Those ones, I realized the ones in the back, I didn't really shred them up too even, so the ends were kind of skinny. So it goes from like fat to skinny, which is what I don't like. But the ones that I did in the front, those were more even all the way through and through. So definitely go with the pre-stretched hair. And another tip I want to give you guys is to make sure that the hair that you get, like the portion of hair that you get per braid, is the same. Like, it would even make sense to kind of like separate all of the portions for the braids, separate all of them, so that you make sure that you have the same size. For knotless braids, it is imperative that you have the same size. I noticed some of my braids were thicker than the others, so it kind of like, it doesn't look too bad, but it would have been like, I noticed, like, especially like when you look at pictures of knotless braids, they just look so uniform. It's because they're all the same size. So professional braiders, they definitely make sure that every single braid is the same size. That's what makes it look so much better. And another tip I want to give you guys is to take your time. Like, this is a very tedious process. The knotless, you'll see in my video, the knotless, the feed in portion, it is very time consuming. Probably took, if I sat down and did my head, it probably would have taken me 8 hours straight. But if you think about it, if you use the pre-stretched hair, and maybe if you had somebody to help you parting my hair took forever. What do you call it? Shredding the hair, the ends of the hair, that took forever. So if you had someone to part your hair, help you like make sure your parts are even, that's another thing that you have to do even too, not just the braid itself. But I know some of my braids, my parts probably aren't uniform, but that's also another thing. Make sure your parts are uniform, make sure your braid size is uniform, take your time, use pre-stretched hair, and yeah, that's about it. I think that's all the tips I could think of. If I think of any more, I will put them in the bottom. So without further ado, I'll let you see how I actually braid. I'm gonna show you how I part my hair and then how I actually did the braids. So hopefully this video helps, so keep on watching to the end. Okay guys, so this is where we're at. This is where we're starting from. I wanted to show y'all. I wanted to be as thorough as possible. So this is my hair. My hair is transitioning, so the roots are like super thick. Like, this hair is a lot to work with. I don't know, I just wanted to stop with the relaxers and see if I could do the whole transitioning thing and see how that works out for me. But anyway, so this is what I'm starting out with. This is why I need to fix my hair. I've been looking like this all quarantine, all this time. So we're gonna be doing some braids to like give us a little protective style, and just something. The easiest way to start braids is to definitely part out your entire head. That way you know what size you're gonna go with, you know how many braids you're gonna have. Like, it's just so much easier when you start off with parting your hair. Now I have a mirror. I have a mirror behind my camera, so I'm gonna try to use that. What you basically, the easiest way to start it is to just part it from ear to ear. Now I'm not the best at parting. I kind of feel my way. I can do my hair kind of like just by not looking, because I can kind of feel it out, kind of. I don't know if that makes sense. I washed and conditioned. I washed, deep conditioned, and did a hot oil treatment last night, so my hair should be good. I also blowed it out with some leave-in conditioner, but it's more manageable now for sure. But last night it was super thick, so I had to blow it out. So I'm just gonna start off by parting from ear to ear. This side, ear to ear. I think this side has a little bit more. But what you can do too, you can also part it in the middle. That way you can see from the middle if you are even. Okay. So it's always best to take it in sections. Okay, so this side is good. Yes. Ooh, I did pretty good. That side is good. This side. Okay, we got a little section there to fix. I think parting is definitely the part that I hate about braiding, because I know I'm not gonna get it straight. I'm just gonna plait these sections. We're gonna be looking so crazy on the internet, but I know we're gonna be cute after, so it's okay. It's okay. This is Lucy in real life, so this is how it really is. Like, I've seen some tutorials where like people have on like all the makeup on, and come on, I'm not gonna go put on makeup just to go braid my hair and go to sleep. We're definitely gonna be beating our face after when everything is fixed. So that's the first little, we call these nanny plaits, dookie braids, whatever you want to call them. Anything to section that away. Okay, so now we have the back section. So now what you're gonna do is part out from, you're just gonna part out another section. Now I see people use their hair wax. I have this wax, or you can use the shine jam. I see people use that to make their partings like more defined. So I'm gonna do that. I know this isn't straight. I can feel it's not straight. Look. It's not straight, right? Right? Okay. It's okay. That was like our rough draft. I can feel it's not straight. Like, I don't even have to look and see. So anyway, you want to have your front section, your middle section, and your back section. This is gonna make braiding so much easier. So I'm just gonna use some of this wax. and I'm just gonna put it in the part. This smells so good. I actually like the shine jam better, or the edge control, but this is all I had on hand, so it's gonna have to work today. It's so hard with the parting. Anyway, so that's that. We're gonna separate this section. I look so crazy. So these are the sections. You got this section, and then these two sections up top. So once you have those sections, everything should be smooth sailing, because from here, I'm gonna part this into two, and I'm just gonna make my little blocks. So I already have a plan where I'm gonna do 2 rows in the first section, 2 rows, and I'm gonna do one. For the first bottom row, I'm gonna do 3. Then the next row, I'm gonna do 4. And the next row, I'm gonna do like that. So the key is you want your braids to kind of have a brick, like a brick layer effect. So like how I have 3 at the first row, I'm gonna have 4 that way, like in between the braids, in between the spaces, a braid's gonna fall in. Anyway, you guys are gonna see what I mean. So that's another tip. So the tips I have so far is section out your hair. It's always easiest to section out your hair. Use some kind of jam, some kind of edge control, some kind of beeswax, something to help to define your parts. Also use a mirror. Try to use a mirror and try to see, even if you could get someone to part for you. Like, I wish I had somebody just to do the parting sections for me, because everything else I can kind of figure out, but I gotta figure this out on my own. So part out your sections. I'm gonna basically part out everything. Now I'm just gonna take my time. Like, you really can't rush this hairstyle. I'm gonna take my time and part out my sections. Okay, so far I'm back, and I have already parted out my first row. So that's the part, that's the first row. Now I'm gonna do the second row. Now for the second row, I'm gonna start off parting off in the middle. That way I'm able to brick layer. So I'll probably do 4. Okay, so it looks like my parts are pretty decent. All right. Okay, this one needs to fix, but for the most part, they are decent. So as you can see, I parted them and I put them in elastics. So I'm gonna go on to this section. Okay, I look crazy, but I'm finally done with the parting. Like I was showing you guys earlier, I took it section by section and I tried to get them as even as I could. Listen, it ain't perfect, but it is what it is. So I parted up my front section, and this is my side. So I'm gonna do a side thing because I love my hair to the side. So this is what it ended up with. So now I'm gonna start braiding. I'm just gonna start it, and I'll come back when I get to the front and show you guys what I'm doing. This is how we're looking right now, though. Yeah, ain't it cute? I'll be back. Okay, so here most of my braids are already done. I wanted to show you guys how I actually do the braid in the last 2 sections I have left at top. So I'm going to show you how I do the actual braid. This is the hair I use, the 3X Ghana, Just shade 350. It's in 50 inches. And this is how the hair looks. The pre-stretched hair. Now I'm just going to section this out. I'm going to split this into two. These are my last two braids. I'm just going to make sure they are even. So this is the portion I'm going to be using here. Now this portion, I'm going to be sectioning this out into 5 pieces, 5 even pieces. So that's the first one. Then the second one. You want to make sure these pieces are nice and even with each other. It's my daughter. Third. And then the fourth piece. Now with the fifth piece, you're going to split this fifth piece into 2. This goes at the end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 sections are the same size, and the very last one you split that into 2. Hope that makes sense to you guys. So now to do the braid, I make sure to use the wax on my hair, especially at the front, because you want to make sure all of the baby hairs and flyaways are nice and controlled. And it also makes the braid look very defined. Please don't mind all of the straight hair in the back. I have a lot of straight hair. I have a lot of short curly hair that's at the root, so it's very hard for me to kind of grip those, so it does look like my hair is not, like, it looks like my hair is fagging out already, but that's really the short hair. So anyway, this is how I braid the hair. I start the braid section in 3, then I begin to braid 1, 2. Then I start to insert the first piece of hair, then 1, 2, insert the next piece of hair, 1, 2. So I add all 4 pieces at first. 1, 2. So I'm going to add the next hair. And you just make sure that your tension is even, and I add some wax to my hair so that my hair is controlled as well. And then you just keep on braiding. Now I just braid until I get closer to the end where my hair actually stops, so it basically gets thinner here. This is where you're gonna add the 4th piece, well, the 5th piece, that one that was split into 2. Braid until it gets thin again, and then you add the very last one. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Maybe you can play it back to see how it's done. So this is how the braid looks. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish off that last braid. So I followed the same instructions that I did the first one. I'm just braiding this down. Now what I did notice is that I have to learn how to tuck in my hair at the beginning so that the black doesn't show. But that's for another day. I'm going to show you guys when you get to the end. When you get to the end of the hair right here, it gets uneven. So what you do, you just take some hair from any other piece that is a bit thicker and you just spread it out. And you just have to make sure that there's no lump showing. And that's it. Okay guys, so I just wanted to come back and show you the finished look of my braids. I didn't show it on video, but all I basically did was after I finished braiding, I just kind of like, I have to snip. Like, there may be straight hairs that you have to snip, so all I did was kind of clean it up a bit. I just snipped all the loose hair, so I definitely have to go back in and cut that. And then I dipped it in hot water, and then I put some mousse on top, and that's it. Like, I am so happy with how they came out. Like, I was kind of scared because I did braids before and they were very homemade looking. Like, I like to I just call stuff homemade, so I didn't want it to look super do. I wasn't sure if it was gonna look like somewhat professional, but I'm so happy that they did. I'm so I love the color. And to like, you guys believe that it was at some point in my life that I absolutely hated this color, this spice, I don't know what you call it, spice cognac, I don't know whatever it is, 350, whatever this color is. I absolutely hated this color, but now it's like the perfect shade of braids. So if you ever want to experiment, or if you're like me, you're just on a budget but you want the look, I hope my video helped you guys. I did give you some tips in the beginning. Please listen to those tips, because those made a big difference. I wish I had done some of those things I said in the beginning when I first started them, but they came out pretty good. So I know the next time I do these, I know they're gonna be even more awesome. So for now, these are pretty decent. They're good enough for me, and I love how they came out. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you like it. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my DIY or any more of my hair or makeup videos. I definitely will have more to come. I have another style that I want to try, so I hope that one comes out good. So my next hair video should be that. I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to surprise you. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.